Welcome back to Reddit Echoes. This is a place where real people share the stories they can't say out loud. Stories about trust, betrayal, boundaries, and the moments that change how you see someone forever. Today's story starts small. A relationship built on safety, a harmless game night, and then one sentence that destroyed everything. Story 1. My fiancé used my deepest trauma to win a video game. I'm a 31-year-old woman, and for the first time in my life, I thought I had found someone I was truly safe with. My fiancé, Emily, is 29. We've been together for 2 years and engaged for 3 months. Before her, I never talked about my childhood trauma. Not with friends, not with family, not with past partners. But with Emily, it felt different. She made me feel safe. She held me while I cried. She went to therapy with me. She told me we were a team. And because of that, the last 2 years were the most peaceful I'd ever lived. Until last Saturday. Emily is extremely competitive. Not just in games, in everything. She needs to win. She needs to be the best. It's cost her friendships, jobs, even relationships with her own family. She knows it's a problem. She's in therapy for it. She always says she doesn't understand why she's like this. I believed she was getting better. My friends and I recently started a monthly game night. Board games, old video games, painting challenges, casual sports. Nothing serious, just fun. I happened to be on a winning streak for a few months, and at first it was a joke. Last month, Emily lost and didn't speak to me for 2 days. So before this most recent game night, I sat her down and asked her, please just try to have fun. It doesn't matter who wins. She promised she would try. By the end of the night, it came down to one final game. We were tied. The rule is simple. If it's man versus woman, the woman chooses the game. Emily chose Mario Kart on the Nintendo 64. That's my game. Anyone who knows me knows that. I asked her if she was sure. She laughed, called me a chicken, said she was going to beat me at my own game. I should have backed out. I didn't. The race started, and honestly, it was close. She kept hitting banana peels, but she always caught back up. On the last lap, she started trash talking, middle school stuff. Then she started bumping into me physically, trying to throw me off. I stayed focused. I made one stupid comment back. I said, "At least I'm not the one hitting every banana, love." And that's when she said it. Oh my God, at least I wasn't sexually assaulted by my own family. Everything stopped. My hands went numb. I dropped the controller. She passed me and won the race. Emily jumped up, screaming, dancing, celebrating. My friends told me later she kept going for a while, until she finally looked at my face. The room went silent. Someone asked, "Is that true?" I couldn't speak. I couldn't breathe. I felt like I was 12 years old again. I stood up, said goodnight to everyone, and walked out. I don't even remember where I walked. I was on autopilot. Emily started calling, texting, begging, saying she was sorry, saying she didn't know why she said it, saying she just wanted to win. I asked her to stop contacting me. I needed space. I loved her. I trusted her, and she used the darkest thing that ever happened to me to win a video game. 2 days later, I posted an update because I needed to explain what that comment meant. From ages 11 to 13, I was sexually abused by my aunt. She babysat me. She threatened me to keep quiet. When I tried to ask my parents to stop letting her come over, my mother brushed me off. When the truth finally came out, my mom didn't believe me. She went around town telling everyone her sister was innocent and I was confused. My dad believed me, but the guilt destroyed him. He drank. He almost ended his life. My parents divorced. My mother still believes her sister did nothing wrong. I told my friends everything. They apologized for what happened that night. They promised to protect me better in the future. Emily, meanwhile, was telling everyone the same thing. I didn't mean it. She took it the wrong way. I just needed to win. Eventually, my friends insisted we talk, with them in the next room. When Emily walked in, she tried to hug me. My friends stopped her. I asked her why she said what she said. She cried and said, "I don't know. I just needed to win." I asked her why winning that game mattered so much. "I don't know. I just needed to win." I asked her again and again. Finally, I asked her something I didn't want to ask. "Did you plan it?" I asked if that's why she chose Mario Kart, because she knew it was my best game, because she knew what would distract me. I have never seen someone go pale so fast. She covered her face and said, "I can't stand not winning. I knew you'd freeze. I knew I could win. I needed to feel good again." She admitted it. She planned it. She just didn't think what would happen after. I asked her if trying to win me back now was just another competition. She hesitated. That was enough. I told her I couldn't trust her anymore. I asked her what would happen if we had kids. Would they be competition too? What if I succeeded at something? Would she tear me down again just to feel better? She was escorted out of the house. One of my friends later told me I should consider a restraining order, that her need to win me back might push her to do something worse. I'm taking a break from dating. I'm getting more help, and I'm done giving access to my trauma to people who might use it against me. So, I don't know. Was this something that could ever be forgiven? Or was this always the end? I just didn't see it yet.
Story 2. My roommate's girlfriend used my clothes, my lingerie, and my faith for Instagram fame. I agreed to let my roommate's girlfriend stay with us because I wanted to be kind. My roommate, Dave, is 23. His girlfriend, Julie, is 22. She got evicted and had nowhere to go, so Dave asked if she could crash with us temporarily. I said yes, as long as she followed the house rules. At first, everything seemed fine. She kept to herself. She didn't cause problems. I honestly thought it would be short-term and harmless. Then I stayed over at a friend's place for a night. While we were hanging out, my friend suddenly said, "Hey, is this you?" and showed me an Instagram profile. It was Julie's account, and there she was, in my room, wearing my clothes, my jewelry, my shoes, even my lingerie. She had taken multiple photo shoots in my bedroom, posing like she owned the place. But the worst picture, the one that made my stomach drop, was her standing on my prayer rug with her dirty shoes on. That prayer rug isn't just decoration, it's sacred to my faith. She knew that. I had explained it to her. She knew exactly what she was doing. I left my friend's house immediately and went home. When I confronted her, she started crying and said I was overreacting. She said I was scaring her. I'll admit, I was yelling, but I was furious. I told her to get out. I took back my spare key. She grabbed a few things and left. Dave said he'd bring her the rest later. An hour after she left, she came back. She tried to enter through the back door. I warned her multiple times to leave. She kept pushing, so I did exactly what I said I would do. I called the police. When they arrived, they told her repeatedly to leave. She argued with them. Eventually, they arrested her. She spent the night in jail. When Dave came home from work, he acted like everything was normal. He hadn't heard from Julie. I told him everything. He exploded. He told me I was a terrible person, that I took things too far, that I should have let him handle it. For a moment, I doubted myself. Later, Dave reviewed the recordings, every single one, and then he called me back, apologizing over and over. Julie finally admitted the truth. She said she was jealous of me, that she wanted to be an Instagram influencer, that she needed new things to post. She said it was a waste for me to own expensive lingerie because no one gets to see it. She said I was selfish for not sharing. She believed she deserved my things more than I did. She had been doing this for months, even before she moved in, and apparently her previous roommates evicted her for the exact same reason. Dave broke up with her immediately. He offered to replace everything she violated. He also managed to get her to delete the photos with my prayer rug, though she refused to take down the others. She still calls me. She even went live on Instagram calling me a horrible person. But honestly, the most important thing was protecting something my family has protected for centuries. And I'd do it again.
Story 3. I cut off my entire family because of a prank. Growing up, my family always believed that a joke was fine as long as someone was laughing, even if that someone wasn't me. I tried to brush it off for years, But this time, they crossed a line I can't come back from. After years of saving, sacrificing, and saying no to everything extra, I bought my first home. It was the biggest accomplishment of my life. I was proud of myself. I wanted to celebrate. So we had a family dinner. Halfway through the night, my brother and sister handed me an envelope. They said it was a surprise to help with the house. Inside was a legal-looking notice saying my home purchase had been canceled due to a clerical error, and the house was being sold to someone else. My heart stopped. Everyone at the table burst out laughing. My brother yelled, "Gotcha!" They had faked the letter. They recorded my reaction. I started crying, and that made them laugh even harder. When I told them how cruel it was, they said I was too sensitive and needed to lighten up. I left early. That was the final straw. I didn't announce anything. I didn't scream. I just stopped responding. I blocked them. I declined invitations. I went no contact. Then they escalated. They showed up at my house uninvited. They banged on the door. They stood outside recording themselves yelling about how I couldn't take a joke. One night, my car was egged. My security camera caught my brother and sister doing it. When I confronted them, they said, "You'll laugh about this one day." That's when I realized I wasn't dealing with pranks. I was dealing with bullying. I filed a police report. The officers reviewed the footage and warned my siblings to stay away from me. Some of my extended family says I went too far. Others, after seeing the footage, fully support me. I feel sad, but I also feel safe. I'm building a new life in my home with people who respect me, because family doesn't get a free pass to hurt you. That's where I'm left. I keep replaying that moment in my head, wondering if there was ever a version of this where things ended differently, or if this was always inevitable. So I need to ask, if you were in my place, would you forgive this, or would you walk away for good?